What's your story? Whether you're a client or an independent financial advisor, we know you face many important decisions that can affect your and your clients' long-term financial success. Welcome to the WIN Podcast, What's Important Now with Corey Heimensen, accredited investment fiduciary and president of Heimensen Wealth Advisors. In this podcast, Corey helps you identify your goals and objectives through financial education and comprehensive planning, while inspiring you to make better behavioral decisions in your personal finance. With a twist on pop culture and current events, join us as we explore growth and protection strategies for individuals, advisors, and their businesses. Come and discover what's important to you now.
Hello and welcome to the WIN Podcast with Corey Heimensen. Corey, what's going on?
Hey, Eric, I'm excited to be here. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah, this is going to be definitely something a little different. I think we say that a lot on this podcast.
And usually we can pull it back around full circle. So why wouldn't we try that one more time, right?
Absolutely. All right. Why don't you introduce this concept to the audience?
I know you have an undying love for music.
I do.
Or at least maybe I'm exaggerating that. But we're going to call this episode Lyrical Finance, kind of in a game show format. We are going to, throw musical lyrics at each other randomly, try to somehow circle them back to finance or interesting topics in some fashion.
Okay.
And so our production team has put together this list, and we're kind of going to go round by round. So it's sort of a standoff of sorts. So round one is going to have two different artists, different lyrics related to those artists, and we're going to randomly pick which one we want to play, so to speak. And then you and I will alternate and take turns taking a stab at this. So,
okay.
While I work with clients and describe things in a really deep and easy to understand way, I don't know if I just nailed the game show here, but and then to bring it full circle, we have a mystery, I don't know if I'd say mystery guest, a mystery judge who's behind the scenes. We will identify them at the end of the show to score us essentially, or give feedback on if we did worth a damn.
Deal.
We're on the worth a damn scale. That's the scale, the worth a damn scale today.
That's right. I'm hoping to score big here. All right. So where do we start? What's round one?
I'm going to kick off the first round, and then it's going to get a little more technical after that. So this is sort of a trial run here, but I'm going to throw both of them at you, and you can choose. Yeah. The first artist is the Beatles. You ever heard of the Beatles, Eric?
Oh, I think I've known those guys. Okay. I've seen them before.
Okay, so Beatles, or option two is a gentleman named Chris Janson.
I know him as well. Beatles. Let's go Beatles.
Okay, so I'm going to read the Beatles lyrics that have been chosen to you, and then you get to tie it into finance somehow.
Okay.
I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel all right. I'll get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel all right. Because I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love.
Okay. I love, well, obviously it's a very popular song that's easy to identify, but I love the last line, right? Because that's what I believe in my heart of hearts. Money can't buy me love. It can help me to get security. It can help me to free up some other things. It can help me to bring joy into people's lives. But bottom line is that money can't buy you love. So I agree. I like it.
Okay. Fair enough. I would agree with that statement. I truly believe money can buy you anything, good, bad, or indifferent, except love. So I'll piggyback on that. So now for this one, just for example purposes, I have the lyric too. So I'm taking Chris Janson. His song was called Buy Me a Boat. So here's the lyrics. I know everybody says money can't buy happiness, but it could buy me a boat. It could buy me a truck to pull it. It could buy me a Yeti 110 iced down with some silver bullets. Yeah, I know what they say. Money can't buy everything. Well, maybe so, but it can buy me a boat. So not all of our categories are going to be opposite ends of the spectrum. But, I think the point here is money can buy you stuff, and that stuff can be damn fun. Mm-hmm. But I think there's diminishing returns on things like that. You know what I mean? You can buy that second house or that third house, and eventually it's just not as cool as it was the first time you used it or the last time. And I think that goes with a boat, with a truck, cooler full of beer,
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. So
some of those things last longer than others, like the cooler of beer. not very long.
Right. A replenishable asset, I think they call it.
Yes, but yeah.
So there we go. So now in these future rounds, we're going to let the technology kick in a little bit here. So I don't have access to everything. You don't have access to everything. We're going to we're going off the cuff here. And so you're going to throw round two at me. You throw me a couple artists, I pick one, and then on your screen, production team's telling me you will get the lyrics you have to read and vice versa, and we'll see where this goes.
Okay. All right. So these are the two artists that I've been given to give to you. So pick wisely, sir.
All right.
It's the Steve Miller Band, right? And then Hall & Oates.
I will take Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates. Okay. Hang on. All right. Lyrics are here. Of course, this song. Rich Girl, 1976. You're a rich girl and you've gone too far because you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money.
I still want to sing the next line of that song.
I can't. It's hard to read these without singing them.
I know it. Boy, my mind right there goes to, it's a little bit of a stretch, but to inheritance, and we've talked about that, the stats that, boy, there's a lot of money that's going to transfer hands in the next few years in our country. And you know what's going to happen? Those kids are going to blow most of it. Statistically, it's like 70% of inheritance, I think, has gone in 2 or 3 years in our country. And so, again, if you get a pile of inheritance dropped in your lap, take part of it and go do something silly or buy that boat. But for all means, don't blow it all. Create a legacy and keep it going.
Yeah, and I to piggyback off of that, I think all the folks that, maybe there were some spoiled kids out there that thought they were going to be able to rely on the old man's money right before 08 and 09 hit, and all of a sudden the old man's like, oh crap, I gotta buckle down and do this and that, and the inheritance was not as good as they thought it was going to be, because
right,
and it's the grasshopper and ant kind of thing. So,
well, and if you're the rich old man or the rich old woman, on the flip side of this coin, maybe you want to think about creating a trust and dialing in some guardrails too.
There you go. All right.
Okay, so you get the Steve Miller Band then.
Okay.
And, here we go. Also from 1976, this is Take the Money and Run. Jeez. Billy Mack is a detective down in Texas. He knows just exactly what the facts is. He ain't going to let those two escape justice. He makes his living off of the people's taxes.
Yeah. He's got a government job. It's not too bad. That's my thought.
There you go. Yeah. Songs that really don't rhyme very well and don't have much theme. I don't know. Yeah. Got to understand tax management. There we go. Tax management comes out around too.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing is that the bottom line is that he's not letting these people escape, whatever they've been doing, breaking the law. He's doing his job, making a good living. He's got some sort of pension. Usually it's some sort of pension within law enforcement, or a good retirement plan. He's making a living.
So he's not a bad guy.
Way to go, Billy Mack.
Yeah. It always kind of came across when I heard the song that he was a bad guy, but when you say it so eloquently that way, I feel kind of bad about my previous thoughts on him.
Oh, well, don't be too judgy. I mean, you never know. I'm not saying he's a straight arrow cop. I mean, I don't want to say he's planting evidence, but you never know. Billy Mack could be a little shady.
Get the job done. There you go.
All right. Round 3. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Hang on. The two artists. Oh, this is going to be interesting. 2 artists. We've got Dolly Parton. Love her. She's fantastic. And then Loverboy.
Yeah, Loverboy is more in my wheelhouse. I know who Dolly Parton is, but I can't say I'm a big fan. I'll take Loverboy.
Okay. And again, the tune is embedded in my head, and I'm going to try not to sing this. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance. Everybody's going off the deep end. Everybody needs a second chance. Those aren't easy lyrics. This production team is tough.
Fun fact. I think I was driving to work the other day listening to Hair Nation on satellite radio.
Yes.
And they were advertising an 80s rock cruise ship tour. And I believe Loverboy was one of the bands. And so when you do the math here, 23 years plus 19, they've been on tour for 42 years at least, minimum.
Yeah, it's more like lover senior citizen instead of lover boy.
They're not working for the weekend. They are working weekends. But anyway, boy, what comes to mind there is there's a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh yeah,
is what I think that means. You put in the grind and then you cut loose on Friday at 5:00 or whatever time, and hopefully not everybody cashes their paycheck at the easy window and blows it all. But it's okay to work hard. It's okay to have fun hard and party hard, I think, too. Within reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a great observation, They're just, paycheck to paycheck. Oof. Yeah. All right. Hit me.
All right, so you get Dolly Parton.
I do. Woohoo.
Yeah, you can about imagine this song. This is the song 9 to 5 from 1980.
Not only a great song, but a great movie.
Hard one to read without singing, but working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by, it's all taken and no given. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it.
So many thoughts come to mind on this one. Yeah, they use your mind. They never give you credit. I've had a few jobs like that where it's just like, oh, thanks for the idea. We implement them and we make tons of money and you just make your same old paycheck. That's one of the reasons I went into business for myself.
Yeah,
quite honestly, because working 9 to 5 for somebody else isn't always the thing. Now, that being said, there are plenty of people that have wonderful bosses, that have wonderful companies they're working for, and it is a joy to work 9 to 5. I love that. And I hope they're making the living, not barely getting by, right? Because that's one of the things she said. Hopefully they're living their best life and enjoying what they do.
Yeah. And I think everybody can probably relate to those lyrics because you're right. Everybody at somewhere along the line has had a manager or a boss that they probably weren't super fond of, or, like you said, took credit for it. The other thought that popped into my head was Amarillo Slim was a card playing hustler, so to speak, back in the day, and he had a quote in one of his books that said, basically, he told his kids, if you're good enough to work for somebody else, you're good enough to be your own boss and not have to work for somebody else, or something along those lines. So,
all right,
makes sense.
Yeah. All right, round 4.
Round 4. Is this me throwing them back at you?
I don't know. What do you want me to do? I've got the artist. You got the artist. All right.
I got the artist. Let's go Macklemore, or option 2 it's a combination of two gentlemen, Bruno Mars and Travie McCoy.
I know. I've heard of Bruno Mars. I have not heard of Travie McCoy, so I have no idea who the second person on that is.
I'm assuming it was kind of a mashup type song where they both worked.
Yeah, I would assume a collaboration.
Oh,
and then Macklemore. Give me Macklemore.
Macklemore.
Macklemore. Sorry.
All right, Macklemore. Yep.
Yeah. Give me Macklemore.
Oh yeah, here we go. Straight from 2012, Thrift Shop. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is freaking awesome. Pretty much nailed that.
Yeah, you did. So I know this song, and because of my history, my history as far as working with kids, we had to talk about this song a couple times to some young folks. I'm going to pop some tags. That means he's stealing. I don't know if you knew that. Did you know that, Corey?
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I'm going to pop some tags. They're just going to go into a store or thrift store or wherever they're going, pop the tags off and wear it out of the store. Because he's only got $20 in his pocket, and that's what he said. I'm hunting, looking for whatever he's saying. Don't do that. Let's PSA, folks. Please don't steal from the stores. If you only got $20, stay within a budget. That's what I take from this. Right. A budget.
Right. Fair.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
Bruno Mars and what'd you say? Travie McCoy?
Mr. McCoy.
Mr. McCoy. I apologize. Right there. All right. Song is, of course, Billionaire from 2010. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all the things I never had. I want to be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. God rest her soul. That's the Queen. Oprah's still alive, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
My finance brain is just so boring. What I instantly go to is reality checks. I mean, this is like having a goal without a plan, which I think is defined as a wish, right? Yeah. And I've had people in my office too. They want to be maybe not a billionaire, but they want to save $1 million and they got $100. I mean, reality sets in. You got to have a plan. You got to stick to it. It's very rare for very many people to get super rich. But again, this goes almost back to where we started the whole show. The idea of being a billionaire and having everything you've ever wanted. I mean, it's all materialistic thinking, and that can provide fun and pleasure for a while, but not for forever or eternity, whatever you want to go with. So I like money and oxygen, but they aren't everything,
Yeah. Well, here's the crazy thing. When that song came out, I mean, it's catchy. I want to be a billionaire. That's great. But it was never realistic, right? And then in the last couple of years, how many times have we seen the Powerball lottery or Mega Millions or whatever it is go over $1 billion? And then I was like, not that my odds are any better or worse or whatever. I don't play the lottery because, to me, it's just throwing money away. But it was never $1 billion back in 2010. All of a sudden you see this sign on there. It's just, the lottery's over $1 billion. That's crazy. Anyway, just side note on that.
So with ongoing inflation, about the time I reach age 100, the song might be redone as Trillionaire.
Yeah, right. Seriously, it'll be a remake. Bruno, get on it. All right, round 5. You ready? I've got the artists. Your turn to pick.
All right.
Oh yeah, this is going to be fantastic. Johnny Cash or Maroon 5? Pick your poison.
Ooh. I will take Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. Doggone, I was hoping I would be able to sing some Johnny Cash. All right, Maroon 5. Here we go.
Well, you want it? I can swap out. Okay.
No. We'll go with this. This is fine. I can sing that later.
Okay.
All right, Maroon 5. Memories. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish that you were here, but you're not. Because the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Well, this is a tough one, man.
I don't know if this is random. So when your wife and yourself talk about something, is it okay to put that on the air for the entire World Wide Web?
Yes.
Internet? No,
of course it is.
It's funny because this song, my wife and I were out on a walk not that long ago, and we were talking, this is randomly weird enough, about funeral plans.
Oh, okay.
Not that we immediately need to, we don't believe, but we were joking how, maybe not joking, but thinking how an end of life event should be almost like a celebration. So yeah. It shouldn't be, in our opinion only, it shouldn't be so sad and glum and disastrous. And actually, this was the song she mentioned that if she went first, she would like this song played. Basically, just obviously, we're not cheers, toasting and drinking and all that stuff. But I think the memories is the word, that really jumps out is, and this goes for everything we're talking about. Appreciate what you got, appreciate what you've experienced, what's been in your past, and hold on to those moments forever and enjoy them.
I love that. Great. I was not going to be able to pull a good correlation from those lyrics. I'm glad you had that one.
And then I told my wife that, interestingly enough, I wanted Hall & Oates' Rich Girl played if I died first. No.
Oh, good Lord.
Just joking.
All right. Give me my Johnny Cash lyrics. Let's go.
Okay, Johnny Cash. This is 1996. I've been everywhere.
1996?
1990. That can't be right.
That's not right.
Production team. Whatever. Okay.
One of you in the back booth is fired. Just one.
Somebody's going to be gone after this show.
That's right.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert's bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I really did not do that very well, but you get the gist.
Yeah, I get the gist. I know the song very well. So yeah, this is, the song starts out with this guy is on a dusty road and he's getting picked up by a trucker basically. And then they have a conversation and I love the song, but it reminds me of somebody who's like having to travel for work, and they've been all these different places, but really they're working their tail off, right? Traveling salesman maybe, or somebody that goes where the work is, right? And so that line where he says, "Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere." Well, that's not me. I've traveled a lot for different reasons, and some of it was for work, which was really, really fun, because it was more at my pace. I got to draw my own schedule, so we got to sightsee a lot, so that was fantastic. But I'm hoping to travel more, right? But in a more of a vacation capacity. And I know that that's something we've talked about before, that some of your clients, that's one of their dreams when they retire, when they slow down or they go into that second phase of their life. Part of it is travel, and they get to go explore and experience things they haven't done before. So this guy, he's been run ragged, right? And he's just tired. He's like, man, I'd like to settle down someplace instead of being, traveling everywhere. But I'm kind of the opposite. I'm ready to do some more travel and experience more parts of the world.
Well, yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, you have to travel and experience things when you can, and maybe that means the earlier half of retirement instead of the back half. And I tell people this all the time too, people like me are not here to just tell you can't spend your money. We accumulate money, we preserve money so that you can spend it and do these things, and travel and enjoy. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we are at round 6. I will give you Rolling Stones or Cardi B.
Oh, Lord. Cardi.
I have a feeling I know which one I know which one I'm going to get.
Yes, you do, sir. Give me the Rolling Stones, please, for $500.
Shocker. 1969, You Can't Always Get What You Want, which is pretty much most of the lyrics. But anyway, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you will find you get what you need.
There's a lot of wisdom in the song. It really is, right?
Agreed.
I think that I think that's really mapping out your finances when you're younger. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. I can't get that new car that I want, but I can get a car that'll get me from A to B in the AB car, right? Yeah, I think that's good advice for young folks, because later on, if you want to get what you want, save, make good plans, stick to it.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. That's pretty straight.
Okay, good. You're getting right into Cardi B. You ready?
Boy, I'm excited to hear these lyrics, because I'm assuming the production team scrubbed them, because most of her stuff I think is a little borderline.
Well, here's
risque.
the thing is, yeah, this will probably be the one song that I don't think of the tune in my head as I read lyrics, because I have no idea. But this is Money from 2018. Okay. I was born to flex, diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets, but nothing in this world is better than checks. I can feel the attitude coming through this.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say most of her songs are probably written by somebody else. So I think she's just portraying the image that she's been told to portray.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she enjoys it, but yeah, I got nothing. Let's move on.
Okay. It sounds like somebody who is come into money young and they are being foolish and stupid with it. So That's just me, but whatever. All right. Round 7. Your choices are Jimmy Buffett, fantastic, or Billy Joel. Billy, these are both great ones.
I will take Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, Piano Man. He said, "Son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete when I were a younger man's clothes."
How many people listening right now are kind of singing that song in their head?
That's right.
Almost all of them?
Yeah,
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's totally a good sing-along song. My takeaway there would be that last line, when I wore a younger man's clothes, that, we're all in a game against Father Time, and he's undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy your days and appreciate what you can appreciate, and make the best out of every darn day.
Yeah, I like it. Not getting younger. All right. Speaking of not getting younger, Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, he's been around a while too. Are you a Jimmy Buffett fan?
I do like Jimmy Buffett.
Okay, so this is the song Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes from 1977. I think about Paris when I'm high on red wine. I wish I could jump on a plane. So many nights I just dream of the ocean. God, I wish I was sailing again. Oh, yesterday's over my shoulder, so I can't look back for too long. There's just too much to see waiting in front of me, and I know that I just can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's a beautiful portrait in my picture in my mind about retirement. Period. I mean, it sounds cheesy to tie it just straight to that, but yesterday's over my shoulder. I'm on a boat, right? I wish I could go sailing again. I'm literally on a boat, not looking behind me because there's so much open water in front of me. There's so many things waiting to go see. Yeah, and I think that's I think that's fun. Personally.
That is solid. Did you know that he has his name on retirement communities in like 3 different cities over in the southeast part of the coast?
I did not know that.
I believe it's Hilton Head, South Carolina, and then there's maybe a couple in Florida. They're actually called Margaritaville. They're after his song, but they're gated type retirement communities. So you've got pools and activities and the whole 9 yards. And I suppose they play his songs at every one of the pool bars. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a Margaritaville restaurant, which is obviously him, but I did not know there were gated communities.
There you go. So if you're out there, check it out. Okay.
Yeah. All right, give me the artist. Let's do this.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Taylor Swift or the Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, give me Notorious. Give me the B.I.G.
Thought you'd be a Swiftie. Okay,
oh,
Notorious
no.
B.I.G. This is the song called Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see.
Yep. First thing I thought of because of Bruno Mars' song earlier, I want to be a millionaire, and I was talking about the lottery.
Yep.
Lottery winners, how quick are they going broke, right? All these people coming out of the woodwork to sue them, all these family members they didn't even know they had, all these people wanting handouts. Yeah.
And I'd even pile on, not even to that extreme, just average common people on the street. If you do a good job of saving and accumulating, you end up with a bunch of accounts. Maybe you inherit some, and they've all got different tax consequences. And
Yes.
I've had people say that statement like, boy, it was a lot easier when I didn't have this much money. And we're not talking millions and billions. We're just talking complications.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Are you a Swiftie?
Yeah. I probably know every one of her songs, but I've never categorized myself as a Swiftie.
All right. I don't know if I know this song. You Belong With Me from 2008. But she wears short skirts. I wear T-shirts. She's cheer captain, and I'm on the bleachers. Oh, I know this song. Dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time.
Oh, man. Yeah, it just feels like people chasing the dream of what they can't catch or out kicking their coverage on the punt team, if we're going to put in a Seattle Seahawk reference.
There you go.
But yeah, just chasing the dream when maybe reality and what's really important in your heart is right in front of you.
Okay. I love it.
That could be her next song.
Yes. All right. Round 9. We're getting close to the end here. And we do have that bonus round that I'm throwing at you without any gumption at all. The production team's not even involved in that one. So we'll get to that here soon.
All right.
Round 9. You got some good choices here, boy. This is on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Snoop Dogg or Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, I'm not even going to hesitate. I'm taking Snoop Dogg all day.
Okay. This is great. Gin and Juice from 1996. Rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind, baby.
That is so solid. Oh, man, yeah. Mind on my money and my money on my mind. I mean, the planner in me, which probably is not what Snoop was talking about, is basically, just keep your ducks in a row or have somebody on your team that has your ducks in a row and, don't be foolish with your greenbacks or your Benjamins, as they say.
Well, that and the fact that this person in the song, let's just call him a business owner. Let's just do that. And it's always a business owner always has their money on their mind and their mind on their money because they're they're making sure that everything's flowing correctly in their business, whatever that business might be.
Totally
We'll just
makes
leave it
sense.
at that.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
All right. Give me Simon and Garfunkel. I am a huge fan, by the way, of Simon and Garfunkel. I have everything they've done. And
well, this should be easy then.
Good. Yes, let's do this.
We're going back in time, 1966, to a song called Richard Cory. He freely gave to charity. He had the common touch, and they were grateful for his patronage, and they thanked him very much.
That's a beautiful picture.
It is.
And I think that's what most people want to be. They want to be somebody who can give freely to charity at some point and support the causes they want to support. And I like the he had the common touch really makes it so it could be somebody who's very, very wealthy, but didn't elevate themselves in that way, right? They just, he was like just kind of a regular guy.
Yeah, right on.
That's where my brain goes.
I like it.
All right. Round 10, final round before the bonus round.
All right. Def Leppard or 21 Savage?
Oh, give me Def Leppard. Let's get that big hair band coming. Let's go.
Rock of Ages, 1983. All right. I got something to say. Yeah, it's better to burn out than fade away. That is a solid lyric. I like that.
That is every big hair band from that time frame was trying to burn out. I swear. It seemed like they were trying to, they were lighting everything on fire to feel some sort of something.
And now they're on cruise ships with middle-aged people like me.
I know, right? Sorry. Now they've switched from, hardcore drugs to Botox. Goodness. I'd rather fade away. I'm just going to be honest. Fading away means to me that, I'm 90 something and I'm slower than I was before, both physically and maybe my mind's a little slower than it was before. But I've had a really good life, seen my great grandkids, hopefully have had a hand in their educational endeavors and can help my family out as best I can because, burning out, sure, my wife's going to get a fat paycheck if I burn out quick, but
right.
I'd rather be around to see everything happen.
Yeah. Solid answer.
All right. I appreciate that because that's all I could come up with. 21 Savage. All right, production team, what do we got? Oh, okay. We have a lot. That's what we have. A lot. 2018.
Yes,
How much
I
money
know this song. I actually know this song. Yeah.
I don't know if I know this song. I'm trying to figure this one out. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people doubted you? A lot. Boy, they say it a lot, don't they? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. Boy, this is not very positive.
Well, I think if we kept playing the song further, I think it's really motivational and uplifting beyond that it's like,
okay,
I'm not going to let the doubters take me down. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I've got. A lot to say. I don't know. It is a catchy song if you ever want to listen to it. But anyway.
Now I'm going to have to listen to it because I really don't know what song that is. So that's just odd. Okay. Well, now that we'll be bringing in that secret judge here momentarily, but now it's time for the bonus round. I'm hitting you with an artist you may or may not know with lyrics you may or may not ever heard. You ready?
I'm ready.
The artist is Coulter Wall. Do you know who that is?
Do not.
Okay. He's like renegade country kind of stuff. This is a fantastic song called Kate McCannon. So here we go. So I went a-courtin' Kate McCannon, got me a job, and quit my ramblin'. And every day I'd save a quarter of my pay so I could buy a diamond ring.
Oh, it's a nice story.
Wait till the end.
Oh, there's more?
No, we're not going to go to the end because we're just getting this snapshot for you. So you can comment on this and then maybe I'll follow it up with what really happened.
Okay. Setting goals, taking part of your pay, paying yourself first to reach that goal. Solid advice.
Solid advice. Now, don't take advice from any of the rest of the song if you go look it up, everybody. Okay? Because he ends up in prison and that's all I'll say. So, yeah.
We'll focus on the positive part of the message.
Focusing on the positive. Way to save a quarter of your pay.
That's what we do.
Good job. All right. Well, we've come to the end of our time. Should we bring in the judge?
Yeah, I don't even know who the judge is. They just told me there was a judge. So it's in your hands, Aric, if you know this person.
I do. Mr. Bill Tucker, would you please join us and tell us how we did?
Well, that was really, really interesting. I was sitting here studiously marking each round, and then I realized, you know what? This is Corey's podcast. Corey wins, okay?
Well, it sounds like all guests on my show are paid promoters.
Yeah, right?
No, but you know what? I thought actually you deserve the win because you used music as an insight into financial matters. And that's unique and that's interesting. And that is a way of taking finance out of the realm of the white shoes and the snoity-toity-hoity people and their cocktail parties out in the Hamptons and translating into music. So I genuinely, you get the marks because of that. I do think, however, I need to point out something, guys. We got to rehire somebody in the back office because I got curious about I've Been Everywhere, Man.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a Johnny Cash song. I mean, he sings it, obviously. But it was written in 1959 by a guy named Jeff Beck. It was recorded by a really, really well-known artist named Leslie Morrison in 1962. Johnny recorded it in the mid-90s and had the hit with it.
So the reference to 1996 was actually accurate.
Yes.
Aric and I were laughing at that because
I know. I had to go look too because I'm like, there's no way, man.
Sorry, production
this song
guy.
is way older than that.
Yeah. That's
well, maybe more than one person's leaving the show after today. Damn.
yeah,
But
exactly.
It could be. Oh, and by the way, just on I want to be a billionaire. Jimmy Buffett doesn't have to want to be a billionaire. Jimmy Buffett's net worth is over $1 billion. So
isn't that amazing?
Yeah, but that's Bruno Mars that sang that one.
I know. But old Jimmy with his changes in latitude and changes in attitude.
Yeah, that's true. He changed his latitude,
yeah.
That's for sure.
Wearing flip-flops
Sure
and drinking tequila got him somewhere.
That's it. Well, Corey, this has been fun, man.
It has. Excellent. Appreciate you guys.
No, I appreciate you. And for those listeners who've been with Corey for a long time, I appreciate you. I appreciate the time that I got to spend with Corey. Bill, our secret guest, is actually now going to be the new co-host of the show. I am moving on and actually going back to a position I was in before, Corey, right?
Absolutely.
Mind if I share that real quick?
Yeah, you bet.
All right. Well, my wife and I were asked to go back to Boys Town, which is in Omaha, to work with at-risk youth. And we did that for about 12 years, raised 68 young men in that time. And just like every other company, they're having a hard time finding folks to work. And so they've asked us to come back. And after a lot of prayer and consideration, we're doing that. And unfortunately, that means with having 8 kids full-time, that's our full-time job. And they've asked us not to do anything else. And so we've actually been back for a few months, but I negotiated to stay with Corey for as long as I could. And then Bill is taking the reins and going to be co-host. And he's a fantastic guy you're going to get to know over the next, however many episodes, hopefully another 50 episodes or so at least. And Corey, it's been my honor and my pleasure to be able to work alongside you and learn from you. So I appreciate you more than you know.
Well, I appreciate those words, and you know it. We've come a long ways from episode 1 to this is episode 41, and we're a lot better doing it now than we were at number 1.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
anyway. I've developed, and I appreciate that. Owe that to you. So,
No, I appreciate it, and I look forward to having you over for dinner because we're not that far apart.
absolutely.
Our latitudes are pretty similar. So, all right, sir. Well, I will wrap this up one last time, if that's okay.
You got it.
All right. Thank you, Corey. Bill, thank you. And I look forward to hearing your voice because I do subscribe to this podcast, which I remind everybody to do. And my last thank you, of course, today is always to you, the listening audience. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the Win Podcast with Corey Heimensen. If you have not subscribed to the podcast yet, please click the subscribe now button below. This way, when Corey comes out with a new podcast, it'll show up directly on your listening device. And we'll humbly ask that you share this podcast, rate it, and leave a review, as this actually helps others find the show. Again, thank you so much for listening today. For everyone at Heimensen Wealth Advisors, this is Aric Johnson reminding you to live your best day every day. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Win Podcast. What's important now? The show that helps you achieve your financial dreams. To ask questions about topics covered during the show or get a copy of Stop Doing Dumb Things with Your Money by Corey Heimensen, visit www.heimensonwealth.com or give us a call at 712-472-3867. Don't forget to click the follow button below to be notified when new episodes become available. Securities offered through Securities America Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Securities America Advisors Inc. Heimensen Wealth Advisors and Securities America are separate entities.